your mom into you and your husband's house.
My goal.
It would
I definitely can. I definitely can.
You
I think
you
what
can?
we should be
You
saying.
can move your wife, you can move your mother into your husband and your house?
Yeah.
Without,
I think
your mom into you and your husband's house.
My goal.
It would
I definitely can. I definitely can.
You
I think
you
what
can?
we should be
You
saying.
can move your wife, you can move your mother into your husband and your house?
Yeah.
I think
Let's say that, she done already got you invested. You're already in love. You love this woman, and you know how we are in terms of what it is that, if it's something that the woman that we love wants, more times than not, like we'll bend over backwards to try to create it out of thin air. So I guess my question is, how does that man navigate that if his wife's interests change somewhere into the relationship? She's somewhere along the line wants more. So somewhere along the line that F-150 truck ain't enough. Somewhere along the line, she may want a bigger house. How should that man navigate that?
Was that my plan?
Nope.
Exactly.
Just being honest.
Yeah.
Was that my plan?
Other thing is kind of like when you guys are talking about the plan, I think I've seen a lot of people divorce and separate because people are ever evolving. So like the plan at 24 when y'all got married, 20 years later may have evolved, and you guys have to evolve together. You can't say, oh, we need to stick to this plan that we had when we were 24. Things change. People have parents get elderly, parents die, tragedy happens, people lose jobs, people move to different cities. Things change. So if you're on the same page with your partner and you guys are ever evolving together, then you're going to come up with like the plans changes as time goes versus saying like, this is the man and this was his plan and I have to stick to this for the rest of our lives. Like that's a little bit intense to me. I would think a good husband would be every step of the way consulting with his wife in terms of how the changes are going in the family and adjusting the plan according to that per both of their needs. I would think that would be respectful. And so that's kind of how I see it versus like, was that in his plan? Like things change. Your mom is old. She has to move in with us now. This changes a lot of the plans. This was before we planned. We may need more money for this. There's a whole lot of things that like happen. And I think staying together is about like, or at least I've seen in my dad being married like 25 years, is that like you when you got to roll with the punches as a team and figure out like how to roll with those different changes together.
I think that's what he's saying. It's just the plan is implemented by the husband. He's the person that determines when it happens, not the wife. He's saying exactly what you're saying.
But how can it always be like that? What if it was my mom that's sick that has to move in with us?
But she wouldn't be able to do that unless your husband said, if your husband said it was okay. You can't just move your mom into you and your husband's house.
My goal.
I definitely can. I definitely can.
You can move your wife, you can move your mother into your husband and your house.
Yeah.
I think what I wasn't following security boss was like, if your mama gets sick and if your mama out there and if that man don't say yes and your mama can't move in, really?
Right, that's it's not a one size fit all. What goes on in your marriage may not.
I don't recall saying any of that. But let me say this: I don't recall saying anything about somebody's mother being sick. But what I am saying,
that's what I said.
That's what Kayla said.
That's the analogy that I said, though.
But what I'm saying to you is this: if your husband is providing the necessities and he's putting a roof over your head and he's being the man paying all the bills, you do not move someone in. I don't really care who it is without him saying that this is what we can do. I don't care about the relationship.
I think we're all saying that. I think we're all saying that. I think we're all saying everybody has a blueprint.
I think I heard someone say
is everybody has a blueprint that works for their marriage. What works for you may not be what Kayla and her husband adheres to. I think that's what we're saying.
I think I heard someone say, I don't care what my husband says, my mama is coming to my house.
Let me make sure I'm clear, because maybe I'm not understanding how marriage works, and I'm married. Two become one. So it's our plan. And that's the way how I'm thinking about me and my husband. It's our plan. Like, He may make the final decision, but normally we sit down and we say, okay, this is what we're thinking this year. Even from vacation, we're planning on going here. Now, he may say, I'd rather go here than there. But normally it's our plan. So
well, no,
I don't know.
You said it best. He makes the final decision, and that's what matters. That's the respect that you should have for your husband. So you're saying, even though he's receiving and accepting some of your input, he's still making the final decision. And it's respect. I'm sorry.
He loves my. Sometimes he comes to me and say, "What do you think about this?"
Absolutely, that's still his plan. He's coming to you and asking. That's perfect. That's a good husband.